A lot of us are gluten sensitive and just don't know or haven't recognized it yet. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me scoot y'all back a little bit. Or maybe I should scoot back. One of the two. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sunny. If you're new here, I do faith, lifestyle, and beauty content here on my channel. So if you're new, I just want to welcome you here. I'm going to try to keep the intro super short just because I know that with videos like this, you're just like, girl, get to the point. I'm trying to see how you lose weight, how you lost weight. Summer's coming up. So the title is not clickbait. I really did lose 20 pounds in 2 months. So if you're interested in seeing how that happened for me, just keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Like, ooh, Sunny, girl. If you want to hear how it happened for me, just keep watching. The video is going to be just pretty simple and short just because the explanation is pretty short and quick. It kind of happened by accident. So if you want to see how that happened, just keep watching the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're wanting to see more content like this, it would really mean a lot to me, and I would love to have you join my little community here as I'm trying to grow. Also, give me a like if this video helps you out because that helps me with the algorithm. Like I said, y'all, the title was not clickbait. So I just kind of want to give a little bit of backstory on why I went gluten-free in the first place, because I do not encourage this for everyone. So I went gluten-free because I have endometriosis, and for years and years I would work out and not see any results. And I eat pretty clean for the most part. I just want to throw that disclaimer out there. I've always eaten pretty clean and like I always read the ingredients and stuff like that. But it's just a condition where there's tissue that grows in the uterus and on the endometrial lining, but instead of growing where it needs to be, the tissue is spreading everywhere else. It can even like spread up to your organs. And so it just causes severe pain, and especially on, you know, your period, it's just super excruciating pain. It's super debilitating. So I've been trying to figure things out and how to heal that naturally, just through like food and stuff like that. So it took tons and tons of research, but I found this study that said that where there was a link between a gluten-free diet and endometriosis. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm willing to try anything to help ease the pain and just kind of naturally heal myself. So I decided to just go gluten-free and try it out. And I also cut it out with dairy as well. I started out with cutting out dairy too. So that was in November. I just want to read you guys what gluten is in the first place so you can get more of an understanding. But gluten is a protein that's found in wheat, barley, rye. It literally has like no nutritional value whatsoever. Gluten is bread, pastas, pizza dough, all that kind of stuff. So pretty much like carbs is what gluten is found in. It's actually found in a lot of other things, like even drinks have gluten, sauces. You really have to be careful and look at the labels of everything. It makes shopping a lot more tedious, but you know, it's worth it. So I just decided to try it out, and I just saw so many videos and people who went gluten-free and just saw such a difference. So I just decided to try it out for 2 weeks. So literally within 2 weeks, I cut out dairy and gluten, and I tell you, weight began to just melt off of me. I think I lost like 12 pounds in like 2 weeks. And when I tell you guys, I literally felt so amazing, and I didn't have, you know, stomach problems and stuff like that. So I decided to try out gluten for a full month and see if it would help with my menstrual cycle and the pain. And lo and behold, it did. But I noticed in like 2 months, I continued to keep it up and like was really strict. And I noticed that like I was losing like weight. I went so many sizes down, and like my pants, everything started to be baggy on me. I just wanted to start with telling you guys the whole reason why I went gluten-free was because of endometriosis and because I have gluten sensitivity. I'm not gluten intolerant per se. I think I'm just super sensitive to it. So like when I eat gluten, I'm super bloated. It's super painful. I have stomach pain. It causes really bad digestion. This might be TMI, but I wasn't doing number 2 a lot as regularly as I should have. I would do it every day, but I feel like I should be going more. And I just felt super bloated all the time, like super just puffy and heavy. Obviously I was heavy because I was way bigger, but it wasn't just like on the inside. I just felt really like groggy every time I ate gluten, just like brain fog and like super like unfocused, and just overall I felt sick, to put it into simple terms. I felt really sick when I ate gluten. So when I stopped eating gluten, all of those symptoms went away. I didn't really see any major results from gluten until the second month. The first month was just the weight loss. I think I lost like a total of 10 pounds. But keep in mind, I also cut out dairy. I'm not dairy free right now anymore. I try to like limit my dairy intake, but I think I lost so much weight because I cut out both gluten and dairy. Dairy would do it for you, I'm telling you. I don't really encourage you to go gluten-free if you're not sensitive to it or allergic to it or intolerant to it. I don't really see a point, because I think carbs are very essential to your diet. And that leads me into my next point, which is I just understand nutrition a lot better. But I realized looking back now, I wasn't losing weight for those 2 years. I would work out and work out and work out, and I saw very little results. Like I barely lost any weight, if any at all. I don't think I lost any weight. And I'm like, why am I working out and I'm still not losing weight? Like I'm putting in all this work. But I realized that weight loss comes from your diet. And you hear all the time where it's like, doctors and trainers and nutritionists are like 80% of your weight loss diet and 20% actually working out. And so for me, in my head a year or two ago, I was thinking maybe I can just continue to eat how I want. I still was like clean eating and eating like organic foods and stuff, but my portions were huge. I wasn't like really conscious on like the importance of understanding nutrition as far as like what my body liked, how it responded to certain foods. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend you just straight up cutting it out completely, gluten altogether, if you're not really sensitive to it. I just found that I was. And so like after those 2 weeks when I ate gluten again, I felt sick as I've ever felt. And I realized like, wait, this is always how I feel when I eat gluten. I ate like some pasta and I felt so sick. My stomach was cramping. I just felt so full and groggy, and I had like stomach pain, and I was super bloated for the next like 2-3 days. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe that this has been just the way I've been living. Like I just thought that maybe I was eating too much, but my body was super insensitive to gluten. And so praise the Lord that I figured out that like gluten was just not for my body. Oh, that's what I was saying. Sorry, this video is will kind of be all over the place because I didn't plan it. I'm just kind of talking from the dome as if I'm like having a conversation with you. But the whole point of me saying that was 80% of your weight loss is going to be from your diet. And as hard as that is to hear, and how we hear all the time, you're like, yeah. And like, I knew it had to be true, but like, I just figured if I worked out really hard, then that could make up for like my diet and how I ate. But that just did not work, and I didn't see any results for a year. But it's just so funny how as soon as I cut out gluten, I lose 20 pounds in 2 months. And I tell you guys, the weight literally melted off of me, and that's because with gluten, especially when you're sensitive to it, you're supposed to be doing number 2, but when you're gluten sensitive and you're eating gluten, it causes really bad digestive issues. So your food is not digesting properly. All the bad things didn't have anywhere to go. So it was really negatively affecting like my mental health and like my physical health. Taking out the gluten, it helped ease my digestive symptoms. It also reduced inflammation, and like I said, I just had chronic inflammation on the inside. Even as you can see, I'll put the picture here again, but as you can see here in my thumbnail, you can see just how like puffy and bloated I was. My body was just so inflamed. Even in my face, it was just super puffy, and like I got my neck back but I was just like super inflamed all over my body. And when I tell you guys I felt all of that weight, I literally felt it like in my body. Going gluten-free also, it boosted my energy, and it actually is known to help aid in weight loss. But obviously you can look at this title in this video and just be like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna go gluten-free because that's how she did it, so it'll help me lose weight fast. But it's not sustainable if, one, you're not sensitive to it. I'm just now finding out all along, like this is why I've been gaining weight and I couldn't lose weight, is because my body is sensitive to it. Literally all I ate was carbs. All I ate was pizza, pasta. If you watch me on Instagram, you know I love pasta. All I eat is pasta. All I eat is bread. Like it's literally a part of like every meal that I eat. And so because I was consuming so much, my digestive system was just such a mess. And so I realized when I stopped eating gluten, and not only that, I became aware of nutrition. You can go gluten-free, but if you don't have an understanding of nutrition, then it won't be sustainable. So like I started including lots of fiber in my diet, like chia seeds and flax seeds, and fiber is really good to help with the digestive system. Fiber also aids in like better gut bacteria, and you know, if you know anything about health, the gut is everything. Having good gut health is the key to weight loss and just being healthy overall. And fiber, it helps maintains healthy bowel movement. So I was going to the bathroom a lot more, and that means I'm like actually separating the good from the bad. And so like when I was going to the bathroom more, I started to lose weight because I'm wasting it out. You know what I mean? I don't want to say pooping it. I just feel like that's so unladylike for me to say. I was going to the bathroom like 3 times a day versus just 1. weight loss, just going because my fiber intake was so high, like eating things that are rich in nutrients and vitamins and protein, bananas, chicken, and I stopped eating red meats and I stopped consuming a lot of sugar. And for me, I'm not a big sweets girl, just like not eating sugar period. Even though I don't have a big sweet tooth, it doesn't matter if I have a little bit of sugar, like a cookie or just like a bite of a cookie. No matter what kind of sugar it is, I always feel sick. My body hates sugar, and you guys just have to do your research. Follow me on Instagram because I post a lot about nutrition, but sugar is like crack in the USA. They put sugar in everything and we don't need it. It's not necessary. It's not good for our body. Our body doesn't respond well to it because sugar is like a foreign thing. Like our body naturally produces salt. Our bodies don't produce sugar. So it's foreign to the body. So when you eat sugar, your body like goes crazy. A couple days ago, I ate ice cream and cookies and I just felt so sick. And I'm like, I don't understand why I keep doing this to myself. So cutting out sugar really helps a lot. I eat like yogurt bowls. I'll put the video to this yogurt bowl that I've been eating that I really believe has helped aid in my weight loss. For one, I'll eat it for breakfast, for lunch, or just as a snack. So it's just dairy-free yogurt. It has chia seeds for my fiber. It has strawberries for my vitamin C and for my nutrients and minerals. Strawberries are an excellent source of vitamin C and manganese, which helps aid in digestion and muscle relaxation and all of that kind of stuff. Magnesium is super good. It's a super good vitamin that is important to our diet, and strawberries and bananas are rich in antioxidants and high in fiber as well. So when I tell you guys, every time I eat this bowl, I literally go to the bathroom. But not only is it all healthy, such good, healthy, good ingredients, but it helps with my digestion. It fills me up, but it also satisfies my sweet tooth with all the fruits in there, the strawberries, the bananas, the peanut butter. As you guys know, peanut butter is really good protein, which contains like omega-6 fatty acids, which I personally need for my endometriosis. That is also very rich in protein and in magnesium. So this is exactly what I mean as far as like knowing nutrition. It doesn't matter if you eat less. Well, it does, but it matters what you're feeding your body and understanding. Like for me, for breakfast, I'll eat avocado toast on gluten-free bread, or I'll eat this yogurt bowl. And then for lunch, I'll work out, and lunch I'll have like chicken and rice, and that protein helps me to build muscle. And then for dinner, I'll just have a vegetable, a meat that's high in protein, and maybe a starch like potatoes, but I don't eat any carbs, I guess you can say, since I'm technically gluten-free, but I'll have gluten-free pasta. And just overall, that has just really helped me out. I feel like now that I understand nutrition, and now that I'm aware that my body is gluten sensitive and I've completely cut it out, I'll mess up here and there just because sometimes I'll go out to eat and forget that, like, you know, I'll go out and eat like Mexican and forget that the tortilla is gluten. Sometimes my mind doesn't like register. It's taken me a lot to adjust. Some things are like, duh, that's gluten, like bread, but like sometimes I just forget. So I do slip up and I do suffer the consequences for it, but dairy as well, I'm still trying to work on the dairy part just because I love cheese. That's the only dairy that I can't pick out. When I say dairy free, really all I'm talking about is cheese. That's the only dairy product that I have not cut out. I stopped drinking cow milk a long time ago. I use vegan butter. And so like cheese is the only thing that I struggle with. So hopefully I can cut that out soon. It's just really hard. But the main thing for me was going gluten-free. It started because of my endometriosis and just how it helped me with that. My periods are lighter, and even just taking more vitamins like turmeric, prebiotics, probiotics, all these things together, they just help with your overall health, your gut health. And so for me, I did it for my endometriosis. Weight loss was just one of the results of it. And so it kind of was an accident. I figured I would lose weight if I'm cutting out carbs, but I didn't expect to lose so much. But it just goes to show that my body was so sensitive to it. And it was like going gluten-free was like a relief and a release for my body. Like as soon as I cut it out, it was just like detox, 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 just detoxing all the gluten. And so I've seen just so many health benefits from that. And I feel like now that I have lost the weight, now that I have figured out the diet part of my weight loss, now I can start working out on top of that and see even better results. Because if you're not working from the inside out, then you won't really see any results. So just get an understanding of health, you can try the gluten-free thing out. I would encourage you, because a lot of us are gluten sensitive and just don't know or haven't recognized it yet. So try to cut out gluten out of your diet, see how your body reacts to it. Eat it again, and if your body reacts terribly to it, you're probably gluten sensitive and need to cut it out. It's just crazy to me because I ate organic and clean already, but my portions were huge. That's the last thing I wanted to mention, was my portions were just out of control. I would eat big plates for dinner and lunch and all these things, and then I would go back for seconds, and I would be so full to the point where I felt sick going to bed. And so I would just go to bed on like a full stomach, feeling really sick. I was working out, but my portions weren't big. So if you're not consuming less calories than you're burning, then it's not really gonna work out. And so I kind of had to learn that too, and just control my portion sizes. Now I can't even eat half of what I used to be able to. It just can't fit in my stomach because my stomach is so small. But yeah, I just looked in the mirror one day recently and I was like, wow, I'm like really tiny. And like I have to like save to go on a shopping spree because none of my clothes fit anymore. That's pretty much sums up how I lost 20 pounds in 2 months. It was all gluten-free. Did it for, you know, health reasons. I got endometriosis, but weight loss was just a benefit of it. So I hope this helps. If you want me to go more in depth about my endometriosis and another separate video on gluten, what it is, what it entails, what that will look like, just let me know in the comments. I would love to do a video on that especially after I continue to learn and educate myself as well. I would love to bring you guys along on this journey. Even though you think you eat clean and healthy and organic already, just remember nutrition. You have to understand nutrition. You have to understand what's going in your body. You have to read labels. You have to know what your body does and does not like. You also have to understand portion control. Don't overeat. Just eat until you're satisfied. So yeah, I hope this video helps. I feel like there's more for me to say. That's why I keep rambling, because I'm like, am I missing something? But it really was that simple. I feel like this video also might be longer than it needs to be. I may have just repeated myself over and over, but anyways, I'm rambling still. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you here. This pretty much wraps up my video. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. Or you can just follow me over on Instagram and ask me questions there. Keep up with me there. I post a lot more about all of this over there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Okay, how do I get this to come down? Am I gonna have to come up? Oh, I feel like I need to sit on like a pillow or something. Sorry for the shoes in the back. We keep our shoes at the door. Sorry for the distraction. Girl, what? Okay, let's get into it, Sunny. Hurry up. You're on a time crunch.